working amongst the current crop of rallying superstars in the WRC, sometimes it's easy to forget about the legends of the past who really shaped the sport that we all love. The Hannu Mikkolas of this world, the Ari Vatanens, the Michèle Moutons, who we all enjoyed watching in days gone by. And you know what? You come to somewhere like this, we're at Rally of Nations in Guanajuato in Mexico, and you might expect to bump into one or two of the greats from the past, and we've got a couple here. Didier Auriol, and obviously Harry Robin Pierro competing this weekend. But did you know there is one rally that's not in the WRC, that's never been in the WRC, that perhaps has had its greater share of rallying, sporting superstars than any other rally in the world? Dunedin, New Zealand, the Scottish capital of the South and home to a rally that over the last 2 decades has evolved into a must-do event on the global rally calendar. Born out of an idea to attract competitors to their event, organisers have regularly invited some of the biggest names of rallying to check out their little rally in the Deep South.
Okay, stage 1 of the Dunlop Otago International Rally, Warri Flat. Just over 13 kilometres. A bit of a hard starter for the youngsters, even more so for the old stagers. So we're just about ready to give it the 1, 2, 3, 10.
Larrikin Aussie and 5 times Australian rally champion Ross Dunkerton was one of the first to get involved and loved the challenge. The mix of fast-flowing roads through the forests and farmlands of Otago. Despite several attempts, Dunkerton never snared the top spot, but like fellow Australian champion Greg Carr and Jeff Portman, he enjoyed the challenge of beating the Kiwis. Countryman Neal Bates did conquer Otago twice in his period Toyota Celica, along with Coral Taylor, with whom he won 4 Australian titles. The big names rolled in from the Northern Hemisphere too. British rally champion Russell Brooks in 2001 and 2002, and Mikkola would also frequent the roads around Dunedin at the same time. Bjorn Valdergaard, well, he was another to have his name on the entry list, and by 2004, organisers had secured Juha Kankinen as their guest driver. The event was beginning to be recognised. Russell Brooks' old teammate from the Opal days, British rally champion Jimmy McRae, twice rallied the Rosendale Escort, winning in 2005, although the following year proved more challenging.
He was just come in there and it was a long 5 right double Titans, and it was just a bit late the call because it tightens to a 4 and never really got the 4 out, so I was a bit committed. I just tried to, flick it then throttle it to see if it would go out, but it just slid back in. A bit too quick, a bit too ambitious.
It's a relaxed feeling and nice to have something new. Like you drive mostly the modern rally cars, and here you can come back to the old times when it was no power steering and more sideways. So that's the thing.
WRC Subaru test driver Pasi Hagström made the biggest impression, competing 4 times from 04 to 08, taking the silverware on 3 occasions in both an Escort and a Porsche.
Almost went a bit wide in Curibus, but otherwise okay, relaxed and try to avoid the mistakes.
His driving superiority had everyone comparing his times to the main championship. In 2007, well, it was Italian rally star and WRC runner-up for 1989, Alex Fiorio, who flew the international flag.
We did the recce yesterday and it was really fantastic road, and I didn't expect a rally so good.
With WRC co-driver Fabrizia Pons on the nose.
Yeah, for sure. She one of the best in the world, and so I think I will have a good days.
For sure will be fun, because he is a fantastic fast driver, so will be fun. And a rear wheel drive car is fun too.
The big coup, well, that was Pons convincing Michèle Mouton to come out of retirement to contest the Otago Rally in 2008. What a right here.
Everything is coming back, but you know, you need time. You know, I realize my muscle. You know, when you have to steer left and there is a puncture on the right, it's quite difficult. So everything is, you know, he has to come back, and also you have to find the motivation. You have really to find the motivation, and this is coming. It's coming back. It's really strange, you know. Suddenly you think that you are 20 years before, but you realize that you are not like 20 years before. This is a big difference.
No win for Mouton and Pons, but the crowd saw the greatest female pairing in rallying back in a rally car that had been specially converted to left-hand drive just for Mouton.
Michèle would only come to New Zealand if it was left-hand drive. We offered her the Porsche and she said, no. I drove an Escort Mark 1 in Safari. I want to drive an Escort Mark 2, I've never driven one, but I will only come if it's left-hand drive. So we made the right-hand drive car a left-hand drive car.
Alistair McRae got the bug in 2009.
You do the World Championship, it's all very serious, and when you do it you enjoy it, but it's a job and it's a business. You know, you get the chance to come and do these events, it's you still put the pressure on yourself, but it's just great fun.
30, caution, 5 left minus 4 to keep out. 50.
Former British rally driver and brother of Colin was leading the event by a considerable margin when the engine went bang in the locally campaigned RS 1800.
That boxed.
What was that, sorry?
The engine.
The engine's gone.
Pierro Liatti, well, he was next on Fabrizio Pons's list.
For the last rally, for me, is 2004. It's very, very long time and don't drive the rally car.
Another Italian from WRC days she'd co-driven for, but they couldn't hold off Kiwi Didier, who stamped his name on the trophy 3 years in a row from 2009. And when you're talking high-profile rally drivers, Ari Vatanen's name is likely to pop up, and it did too in 2011. Again with Fabrizio Pons on the pace notes, this pairing was a spectacle right to the end. An end that Ari won't forget. And Fabrizio Pons, she won't let him forget.
You were adjusting this.
Still, it was a very special event, and Vatanen's infectious enthusiasm for rallying and New Zealand will be long remembered.
Here am I, you know, compared to my honeymoon, which I did in late 70s here, now 30 odd years later, still here, still with the same wife and same car, so honeymoon continues in every sense of the word.
Welshman Gwyndaf Evans came next, another former British champion who took up the challenge down under with countryman WRC co-driver Phil Mills in the offside seat.
I see what you mean now, it's a fantastic stage, isn't it? Just wish we had more power.
Otago Rally was certainly finding favour with the Italians. 2 times world champion Miki Biasion got into a podium finish behind Neal Bates from Australia.
And of course with my notes and try to understand the rhythm, because it's 20 years that I don't drive with the rally notes, so I must get used again to do it. But really, I like the stages. They are amazing.
I've wanted to do this event for ages, and it's certainly not letting me down at all. It's right up there, like, you know, fantastic roads, just sideways over crests and jumping, and yeah, just absolutely fantastic. Feel like I'm in Finland.
Frenchman Didier Auriol was next to fall under Otago's spell. The 1994 world champion jumped into the Rosendale Escort in 2014, but he also couldn't hold off Bates.
I mean, it's only me was not so fast for different reasons, but I can say the roads are very, very nice to drive. Maybe some stage a little bit too fast, but anyway, it's a part of the race. The country is so nice, so we are still enjoying to be here.
Alistair McRae returned in 2015, but his performance with his own RS 1800 was overshadowed by Kiwi WRC star Hayden Paddon driving the Stadium Cars RS 1800.
We're just doing the same thing as what we were yesterday, just
driving our own rally and enjoying it, and probably, if anything, just trying to drive it a bit straighter and a bit smoother today. I think that's probably the best way to get the fastest time.
Not only did he win the Classic Rally, but he also took out the Outright Rally, beating all the big names, including America's Ken Block and Alex Gelsomino in their current spec Ford Fiesta.
A couple of the roads are some of the best in the world, including the Gorge Road that we did this morning. It's one of my favorite roads anywhere, so really enjoying it as much as I possibly can.
Sure, Block was forced to retire, but he'd been cleanly beaten by Paddon on at least one stage before that. In 2016, former WRC competitor Markko was flying the Estonian flag at Rally Otago. Again, the now familiar black escort was on duty, and he and Stefan Prevost took victory, repeating the feat in 2017.
And 4 minus left narrow, easy left into crest 6 right.
We had a very nice rally, a lot of fun, and we really enjoyed New Zealand roads. I'm very glad that we are invited back for second year to defend our victory. So we'll try to have fun and do a good result this time as well.
Norway. Well, they were next. Add their name to the Southern Hemisphere's most popular rally. WRC rising star Mads Ostberg grabbed the wheel once again of the RS 1800, and but for a broken rear axle that was hastily fixed with a steel fence post at lunch service, he might have secured the win.
It's really nice to come to New Zealand, and once again I brought my family for some holiday as well.
There was no mistake though the next year when he and WRC co-driver Torstein Eriksson sealed the deal with victory.
Kort 6 venstre, 80. Kort 6 venstre, 40.
COVID, well, that was the continuous international spoiler in 2020, and with borders still closed in 2021, organisers began thinking outside of the box.
First time on gravel, and it's quite amazing. Like coming out this morning, you come out and there's no warm-up lap, there's no nothing. It's put it in gear and go. You know, you don't test the brakes, don't test the tyres. So yeah, it's commitment, right? And over the years, everybody said, "Oh, yeah, you bike riders must have big kahunas," but this thing, you've got to really trust the guy beside you. He's calling those things out, and you're going, "Really? You sure this is a 7?" And you're over it. It's happening all so quick, and this is pretty cool.
6 right, tight ends to long 5.
Former World Superbike runner-up Aaron Slight was shown the ropes and expanded the exposure into the two-wheel racing arena once again in the Escort, along with female Kiwi motorbike star Avalon Biddle in a Subaru.
It's amazing, absolutely incredible. That last stage there, I finally got into the swing of things, and the roads are just fast and flowing, and the corners are just amazing to drive on. It was so much fun, a lot more fun than I expected.
Well, following last year's successful innovation, where the Otago Rally used, non-driving celebrities to help promote the event this year, it's the turn of Olympic rowing gold medalist Hamish Bond in the Subaru. And in the famous Mark II Rosendale Escort, well, it's Fangadan. Well, we're used to seeing him, aren't we, shredding the tyres of his Mustang out on the drifting courses. Well, hopefully in 2023 we will see the return of some of the best drivers in the world to the Otago Rally. We've had some of the very best in the past, celebrity drivers, if you like, from the World Rally Championship. Who will add their name to the Roll of Honour at Otago in 2023? We'll have to wait to find out. But I think we should leave the last word here to friend of the Otago Rally, regular co-driver Fabrizia Pons.
I love it. It's not I like it. I really love it. It's the best in the world. If I have to do one rally a year, this is Otago for sure. The best roads, the best people, the best country is fantastic. And roads this year are very, very nice. Quite fast in places, but very nice. And I really love it.